Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Women Issues. And thank you for joining us today. And today I will be talking about rape. What is rape, and how do we stop rape? And why is it that victims of rape don't come out on time to talk about it? And joining me in the studio to talk about it today is Mrs. Paula Shade. Am I right?
Yeah, you know what's right. Yeah.
Amy. So I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself to my viewers.
I'm Folashade Olaiwole, so I'm married to Pastor Benga Olaiwole of Believer Fellowship and Prayer Ministry. I'm a co-pastor to my husband in the church, and I also work as a manager in a residential care setting.
Thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
today. Thank you. And I'm gonna come to you to introduce yourself to my viewers.
My name is Timmy Awe Osho, married to Pastor Osho, a pastor in Redeemed Church, Dagenham. I am a teacher. I'm privileged to teach little ones. And also, I'm a songwriter, a singer, and a mother.
Good.
Wow. That's good. Thank you so much for coming. And the topic we want to talk about today, like I mentioned earlier, is rape. What do we understand by the word rape? Before I give my own definition, I'm going to come to you and ask you first. That what do we understand by the word rape?
From my understanding, I think rape is any sexual assault that you didn't consent to, so which happened without your consent and you are not giving in for it. Yeah.
That's right. I'm going to come to you too.
Well, I have some few things written down about rape. And like Fola said, rape is a sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse of other forms of sexual penetration. And I've got another one here, which says unlawful sexual intercourse is an unlawful one that you not consent, the other party don't consent to,
right. Or
any other sexual penetration. It can be through whatever, virginity, vagina, anus, whatever,
right.
And all that, but it is without consent.
Well, thank you very much. Anyway, that was my definition.
Okay.
So, and another thing I want to ask, why is it that people that have been a victim of rape, they don't come out to talk about it? Is it because they're shy? Is it because they're afraid of the name the society will tag them? Or the judgment that people pass on to people that have been sexually abused. So because a lot of people has been asking this question, why is it that people don't talk about it on time?
To me, I think it's more around people being ashamed of it, and also they don't have the understanding of what could be the potential outcome for it. And most of the time, the process have to run through, because sometimes you want the process to run through because it's a trauma, it's a pain, it's a feeling that you don't even know whether anybody is going to believe you, and you don't know what could be the consequences of you saying it. And also it depends on the traits that has been put in on that particular individual.
Right.
Because if the person that raped you is somebody that is older, or maybe it's your dad, your uncle, or aunties, husbands, stuff, a lot of things happened. And then people have put this fear to say, if you dare say it out, I'm going to kill you, this is going to happen. So then think of it, this is a young teenager, so who doesn't understand how to go through that? And this person doesn't even know who to talk to, because the person that have made that this victim is someone that she have already trusted, and that trust has been breached. So who else could I trust? So that process is going on until that person build that confidence to say, yeah, I'm ready for it. I can face the consequences. I can talk about it now. Sometimes people want to, make some researches, see what support could be there, see how they could go through it, things like that. So I just think that is why most of the time people doesn't want to say. It's more around what could come out of it.
I talk to a lot of rape victims. I have a lot of people that open up to me due to my line of work and all this stuff. I do a lot of counseling for people. And it surprised me when they tell me that, my family don't want me to talk about it. I have lots of girls that counsel on rape thing, and they told me that their family knew about it. And in fact, they even knew who did that to them. But they said that family do not want them to talk about it. Why is that so?
I think, first of all, most rapes, right, happens with people that you know. People that you're close with. From your family, friends, neighbors, tenants, people that you're familiar with. Do you understand? And because of that, even if your family knows about it, especially when it's a family thing, they do not want you to go out because they don't want their family name to be tarnished. Do you understand?
That's true.
They don't want people to know what is happening in their family because it will be like a taboo in the family. And they're scared of what people will call them, the name the community will give to their family. Like, that family, you better don't go there. Better don't go and marry there. They do rape, They rape each other in that family. They're not very good. Do you understand? They're scared of letting other people know, reporting to the police, to say, okay, this uncle raped our daughter. I want to report it and all that because they don't know where it's going to go to. They're very scared of that. They don't want the family's name to be tarnished. So that's why they keep it to themselves. And keeping it to themselves, this person that did this to that person, he can do it to another person. They understand. And these are the things, this is an unfortunate thing in our community. Do you understand? Where we come, I'm from Nigeria. Things like this happen and you cannot even say it. I've heard, and it doesn't happen to only women, it does happen to men as well.
Yeah.
Men do get raped because I can count on my finger like 2 that were raped. One was with and Hans raped him, and the other one, it was the sister's friend that they were very close to that raped him. Do you understand? So, but these guys told me when they were like almost 40. They told me about it. We were just talking one day and all that, and they said, "Oh, it was my this that did. It was my did that this. This one did that to me. That one did that to me." And it doesn't only happen to women; it happens to men as well. And we're very scared to come out and say this is what is happening to us or this is what has happened to us. I think it's just that they don't want to spoil their name.
Thank you very much. I posted something on my Facebook page that a lot of families have destroyed their daughters. I'm so sorry that I didn't include Sam, you understand, but like you said, it happens to boys as well.
Yeah.
So I said a lot of families have destroyed the daughter's self-confidence by telling them not to speak up. The thing is, I don't know, maybe it's lack of education or lack of exposure, because in this modern days that we have, things like this should not be kept silent.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, when she grows up, it may affect her in a marriage. So it's better for her to deal with the trauma, put her through counseling at the age that it happened to them, rather than making them wait forever. So one thing I don't get to understand is their family, who are they trying to protect? Are they protecting the family name, their daughters, or the abuser?
To me, I think what family are just trying to do is out of ignorance. It's not that they are being malicious about it. So yes, I think they are not malicious. It's because they don't have that understanding, and the campaign is not actually there for people to actually understand that they could get that support. So one of the things could potentially be they are trying to protect the name of the family because they don't want people to understand that this has happened in their family. And also they are trying to protect the dignity of their daughter, that if this thing is kept out of the hair, so our daughter is protected, so our future husband is not knowing that such has happened to the daughter. And also they might also be thinking that that will help the daughter to be able to balance so that she's not emotionally drained. But if they understand that the future they are trying to buy and secure, if it's not built well in the foundation, then it's going to catch up on them in future. So then they will encourage them to be able to voice out. And I think that is why this program is very important, because then we are here to let people know we need to speak out if such has happened, so it can be dealt with. You see what I mean? Then it can stop it. Because again, if you are saying to your daughter, because you are trying to protect your name, you are protecting your daughter's future, you don't want people to know this has happened, but the perpetrator will continue to do it. So who is going to be the next victim? Maybe you yourself as a mother.
Of course, you're
So,
right.
but again, it's because the awareness is not there. The education is not there. So that is what happens. So when people are ignorant of something, so they don't know how to fix it. And I also think, for me personally, sorry to say I'm from Nigeria and I grew up in Nigeria. So one thing is, in Africa, we don't always encourage people to speak out. So that is one of the problems. Even as a young child, where you want to say something, you dare not say it. But our children here, when I ask my boys to do something, they are 10, they're going to ask me, Mom, why? So I have to explain. So because I also study psychology, so that helps me, because I have to give answer to the why. My son wants to know. So if I don't give him that answer, he's going to get the answer outside. So, and he might be at risk of getting the wrong information. So, and we have all grew up in Africa not to ask our mom why, not to say anything. Whatever the parent says is final. And then sometimes the children are more exposed than the parents. The children know more than the parents, they hear more than the parents, they access the community more than the parents. So we don't have enough access to the community. So they see the community, they know what is going on in the community. So we should give them a voice. So by giving them a voice, we are also learning from them. I learned a lot from my children. I remember there was a time I'm writing a report, and I was struggling on a formula on Excel. My boy was 9 years. He said, Mom, you know I can help you out. I said, really? How? And he just went on the internet and read through it, and he sat there and did, and he taught me how to do that.
Wow.
So, but in those days,
yes.
our mom would say, can you keep quiet? What do you know? You are just 9. But they know a lot. So, and that is where the problem is. So I think is lack of understanding and education. So we need to promote more awareness. And that's why I love the way people are coming out to say it now. So Nigeria government, Africa government, we need to look into it. We need to revisit our constitution. We need to look into the policy, because most of these people, they have policy, they have law supporting them. So, and that is why they are doing it.
Thank you very much. You know, I also study child psychology, and I want to beg every parent out there to study child psychology, not just for anything, but for the sake of our children. You know, when I was studying the course, it made me understand how the mind of a child works.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed in fact, I'm on another level now.
That's egoism.
Studying, I want to know everything about it, and believe me, you will never regret studying this course. Child psychology, it's made me even understand my daughter more.
Yeah.
You know what? I made her talk even if she doesn't want to talk.
Exactly.
And before, I couldn't even do that because I'll start screaming, come here now and talk. You know the way we do as African mothers. But that course made me to understand a whole lot of process to get through a child, to make them talk. Even the things they do not want to say. You'll be surprised at the things they will be telling you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you know, I have a daughter that's going to be 11. I wanted to talk to me. I wanted to tell me if a boy even hold a hand.
Exactly.
I want her to come home and tell me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I concur to what you've just, both of you have said regarding this. We need to, especially where we come from, they need to educate our children more over there. Thank God, our children, even in Nigeria, where we come from, I'm a Nigerian as well. The children there now, I don't know if it's technology that has actually opened, you know, because the way they think, the way they reason, the way they do things now, they're just running after this technology, and technology is running after them, and they're matching each other and all that and all that. So they watch a loads of things, you know, on the internet, TV and all that. So they know that, thank God that, you know, some of them are coming out now than before. Do you understand? And in this place where we are, like like I told you, I'm privileged to teach children. And they teach us about safeguarding. Do you understand? And I don't know if they do that in Nigeria. Maybe they've started doing it now. I don't know. But safeguarding goes a long way. It's a wide...
Yeah, broad.
It's very broad, yeah. So you have to, as a teacher, it's not just teaching the children. There's some certain things you have to look out for. Do you know? When a child comes in to your setting, you know, and they're scared of a particular person, or even their dad, even their mom, they see their mom, they're crying, they don't want her to touch them, or they see their dad, there might be abuse going on in the house.
Of course.
You see, it might not be necessarily rape, but it might be touch, it might be anything. It might be beating, it might be anything. So the awareness, we're getting it, and these are the things they have to now be teaching our children, even in Nigeria or Africa or wherever, you know, all over the world. Our children, they must know at a stage where they have to come out. If somebody is touching them anyhow, they have to come out that, oh, uncle touched me, auntie touched me somewhere that, you know, I don't feel comfortable with. We have to encourage our children to be bold, to come out. Like Fola said, when we were growing up, you know, we didn't have the privilege of, they would just shut you up.
Even before you mention that name,
you are in trouble.
Right. What has uncle done? Don't talk about uncle.
I'm telling you, they don't like to talk.
They don't want to
They
talk.
shut you up, and which is wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's this woman that came in my inbox. This was 2 months ago, even before this Busola case came up. You know, she said to me that I read your profile, then I've been watching your shows. You know what? Okay, I want you to cancel my daughter. She's married, but she's out of a marriage. Why? She was abused at a very young age. She was abused at the age of 13. So now she's got just one child. And the husband just brought her back, you know, the husband took her and went and dropped her to the family home. That is no more interested in the marriage. Based on the fact that when it's time for them to sleep, this is when this lady will start cooking.
Wow.
This is when she start washing, she start sweeping, she start cleaning the house, simply because she is avoiding the man to touch her. So they said her husband said that it's been difficult to get intimate with her ever since they got married.
Wow.
That she always cry, and he has asked her why. She didn't say anything. At the end of the day, the husband left. So this is what I'm still trying to talk about. The name, you don't want the society to tag your daughter.
Exactly.
They will eventually tag her now that she's even out of marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
deal with it at a very young age.
The more they called me that it is a fault, that she told her, but she silenced her. Nobody must hear this.
They won't even believe you. That's
Nobody
the problem.
must hear this. She said she never even believed her daughter. That she thought she was frustrated because she didn't even speak up on time. She thought she was frustrated and all sorts because she wasn't doing well in school at the time. She told her mom that this is what happened to me years ago with one of my uncles and all sorts. So now the mom believed her now. But now
it's too late.
The damage has been done.
It's been done.
Yeah.
She's not married, and that she's not willing to go back to the marriage. She said she's done. That she only wanted a child, and now she has a child.
Wow.
So now I'm the one counseling her. And I can tell you, for the past 2 months, it's been difficult getting a word out
from her.
Oh my God.
My God.
She will talk to me, she will listen to me, but you can't force them to talk except until when they're ready.
Yes.
So now I'm just a friend. We talk,
until she trusts you, she won't come out.
Yeah, she trusts me. It's been difficult to get a word out of her mouth. And it's been 2 months that I've been counseling her. So this is what I'm saying. If you don't let them speak up at a very young age, you will literally destroy, you're just destroying their life.
That's right.
But at that young age, when they speak up, you put them through counseling, they'll get over it eventually.
Yes.
But now it's too difficult for them to get over it because they kept this trauma in them for so many years. They've grown up with it. Their self-confidence is not there anymore. They don't see life the same way we see it.
Differently.
They see it differently. So how do you want them to cope now when you silence them? Going back to Busola Dakolo case that I told you to watch the YouTube, and we're watching the YouTube earlier today. There's this thing that they don't get about it. I don't understand Nigerian times. I don't want to say, I don't know if I should call them hypocrites.
Why?
Because a lady of 36 came out to tell the whole world, this is what happened to me when I was 16.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people supported her. I want to use them because it was her and her husband that decided to come out. But then I see a lot of women and men bashing her. Oh, were you not 16? Are you telling us you didn't enjoy it? What?
It's very easy for us to be judgmental.
I know.
But we shouldn't be, really. Because being judgmental...
I'm not trying to criticize our pastor. The pastor is not even my problem, to be honest.
I think, Josephine, the reason as well that we also need to look at is the people saying, are you not 16, is not that they are trying to crucify her or try to say that she shouldn't be saying it. But I think, like I said, there is law backing this. So we need to know what is the consent age in Nigeria, which is...
consent age in Nigeria is 11.
Exactly. So it's 11, and somebody that is 16 coming out that she's been raped. So by the law of Nigeria, yeah, she should be enjoying sex. So, and this is where the problem is. So, but people doesn't actually understand that it's not about the sex, it's about the process, how this person have done it, because he took the advantage of vulnerable person, because she's not willing. She's not willing, she's not giving into it. And also from listening to this video clip as well, this is a struggling family. So they have a lot of issues in the family. There is no money, everybody finding their ways, daddy is not there. You see what I mean? So, and again, so he took that advantage because he
knows the weak points of that family.
Exactly.
Because there are some people say, we need to teach our daughters that pastors are not their God.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not saying you shouldn't confide in your pastor.
Yeah.
Say, we have good pastors. We have true men of God. And at the same time, we have the opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of pastors just want to take advantage of what you're going to tell them, so that they can enter you and do whatever act of things they have planned to do in your family. But we need to tell our daughters and our son, there is God.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in God, there is nothing your pastor is going to do that's going to help.
That's right.
Because your pastor is still going to pray to God. So if you don't believe there is God somewhere and you believe in your pastor, you've lost it.
Yeah.
So we need to teach our children, our children to believe in God and not pastors. Yes, God has given some pastors anointing. We've got shepherds, we've got deacon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, different...
Anointing is more than anointing.
Offices, yeah.
When you say a true man of God, you will know a true man of God. Even though I know a lot of them lies these days. But believe me, which is why, as a family season, pray. Everything that's good needs prayer. The one that's not good needs prayer. And as a mother, if you...
Yeah, but that does happen a lot in Africa. In our own days.
In Africa, I know, but which is why we need to retrace our step as parents.
That's right.
Our children should be able to confide in us before even going out to talk to pastors.
I know, yeah.
Even if I even want my daughter to confide in the pastor, I would rather want to call pastor. Please, I want you to cancel my daughter on so, not my daughter.
In all fairness, I'm listening to Busola talk yesterday. I do think the mom suspected it, and she did try it, because on few occasions the mom cautioned her when the pastor asked her to come and stuff like that. So I just think that I don't want to judge anybody, but I just think that she found herself in a vulnerable situation which she could not undo as a young girl. And also at that point, the pastors understand the environmental factors, he understand the setting of the home, he understand how to access the family, because he has his own motive and he has been doing all his plan on how he can. So, and the lady also did struggle with him within her own little strength and her capacity. So, but anyway, the damage was done. But I'm still going back to the fact that I think for this to stop, one of it is what you are doing. We should start bringing the awareness, the campaign and everything. And also, like Tammy have said, parents need to start understanding that they need to talk to their children. You need to observe them. You need to understand. For example, if they start becoming very protective of some certain sex, so because it's an indicator, when you see exactly, then you need to start suspecting, do you want to talk to me? What is going on? I have a grown-up daughter. My daughter will be 16 at the end of the month. Sometimes I will sit to her, talk to her. Have you started having boyfriend? This one that you are laughing, you went and do nail on her prom. I was like, joking, mom, stop it. I said, you better tell me so that I know. You know, I'm trying to know what is going on. So try to be close to her, because I know at this time, if you, like you said in psychology, so when you have children in that teenage, that is not the time for training, and the training time is between 10 and 13. Yeah. So when you miss that 10 to 13, you are not training anything. So at that age that they are now, from 14, they should be your friend. So it's a friendship stage. So that is the time you need to talk to them more, because this is the time they are struggling, they are transiting from teenager to adult, adolescent. A lot of things is going on in their mind. Many things they want to tell, they're having sexual urge, all this kind of thing. You understand what I mean?
We need to
I was talking to my daughter, and she was saying to me, anyway, mom, you know that they told us in our school that we can have sex, we can go to our GP, our GP will not tell you, our GP will not tell you, we can have a family planning. Even they said virginity doesn't really matter because some guy doesn't even care about it. You see what I mean? So then, so I was not telling her, I understand it's not matter, yes, it's not a problem, but what do you think, even if your man cannot do it, but you can also go to family clinic for them to help you people do it. You understand what I mean? So I was trying to now give her a positive mind. It's fine for you to have sex. Of course you can have sex. Who said you cannot? Sex is very good if you want to have sex. But do they tell you the consequences? So if you get pregnant now, so are you going to be living in my house, or you are going to be living in your boyfriend's house with the mom? So you won't have your freedom. So then if you then become pregnant, you want to abort, you know it's at risk. Yeah, they said you cannot die, but you don't know your womb, they don't know the strength, you don't know if anything happen, it damages. So then you are taking risk. So why do you want to go through that risk? So then I tell her, but you still have the choice. But when you are thinking about what is there for you, you also need to think about what are the consequences of it. So you need to think. So if you think that the guy should be sleeping with you, eventually you didn't get married to this guy, how would you feel?
Thank you.
So, but are you even ready? So I asked her, I said, why do we get married? Why do we get into relationship? Why do we have boyfriends? She says to marry.
In Busola's story, she said that the pastor came early in the morning. That she was in a night dressed. She heard the knock. She came down to open the door, and immediately the pastor saw her. He pushed her to the chair. So the pastor disvirgined her while her sister was up sleeping. So after the pastor finished everything, she sat there crying. The pastor went to his car to bring a bottle of Crest. He poured it down her throat. And the thing is, people said that can't be true. That there is no way your sister will be sleeping upstairs
and she won't have
and that will be going on. Do you believe that?
Some people are deep sleepers.
Well, I won't say I don't believe her. I don't want to be judgmental. I just want to be neutral. Do you understand? Because only God knows what actually happened on that very day. Do you understand? But for me, I don't want to judge her, neither do I want to judge the pastor, but if that's the reason why we should teach our children. Do you understand? You're a girl, you're in a night dress, although the pastor has been coming to your house and all that, and this pastor has been nursing this, I think, in his mind all along. And one way or the other, the girl might have seen a kind of
signal,
do you understand, indicator that this man likes me somehow. even though she's a 16-year-old girl, but if somebody likes you, as a 16, even as a 10-year-old, you say, oh, that auntie likes me. Do you know, uncle likes me. Uncle bought me this, uncle bought me that. Do you understand? Our children will say it. Oh, he doesn't like me. That auntie, the way she looked at me, the way uncle looked at me and all that, they will say it. But she knew that the man, maybe she didn't know, but I don't know how somebody can be sleeping upstairs and she downstairs and somebody just raped her and she didn't cry, she didn't shout, she didn't, scream to let somebody else in the house know that something has happened to her. But at the same time, because she's timid, she was timid, let me use was because that was then. Yeah. She was naive, do you understand? Maybe she's like, oh, I don't want anybody to know. Yeah. And she said the pastor was saying to her that, just be happy that it's me that did it. It's pastor that did it, yeah. That it's me that did it. It's pastor that did it with you. It's not somebody else. And to be honest with you, God help us. This issue of pastor doing this and doing that and doing that, may God help us. It's common. Do you understand? And they know how to cajole you into convince you to the grace of God. The grace of God is enough. The grace of God will wipe our sins away. The grace of God, we're taking the grace of God for granted. Everything is, the grace of God will see me through. The grace of God will do. The grace of God doesn't work like that. You understand? I believe her. I don't want to say I don't believe her. For me, for her to have come out in the open and say she was raped, I think she's not lying. To be honest with you. For me, I don't think she's lying. But what actually happened on that very day, the way it happened and everything, only God knows.
Yeah. There is something, someone called me on the phone and was telling me how that's impossible. That our sister was upstairs sleeping. Why didn't she scream? Then I said something to her that it's very, very possible. We are talking about someone she knows very well. I didn't mean it was an armed robber that came to the house. Believe me, she would scream. And by the time an armed robber brings out a gun, she will stop screaming. So it is possible to happen that way because she knows this pastor very well. And don't forget the age she was 16. Even she would also want to try it. That let me just see how it feels.
Really?
And she don't forget that she's familiar with the pastor.
She's familiar with the pastor, so there is every possibility that she won't scream. Believe me. I didn't mean it's someone she didn't know.
Then if she didn't scream, then that means she consents to it.
No. She may struggle but not scream. See, the word struggle and screams are different. You don't understand. I believe she struggled, but she didn't scream. Because there is no way she screamed.
She said the pastor covered her mouth.
She said the pastor covered her mouth.
That's the bit I wanted to say that I believe on the basis of us saying that the pastor covered her mouth, then that means she could have screamed, but her sister wouldn't have heard her because there are some people that are very deep sleepers.
She even said that the way her house was built, that the rooms are far away.
Okay.
So it could be possibility. But again, if we are trying to say that because she was 16 and she actually might be having a sexual urge because of the transition and everything, then it means that to some extent she would have consent. So to me, if it's raped,
I'll tell you a story.
Then if it's raped, to be honest, I found myself in a situation where I've been a victim of abuse. So and I know what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll give you a story. I know a lady. She's almost 60 now. She used to live with her sister. And the husband to her sister, one night she was sleeping and the man came to her room. This is a man that is like her own brother. She lived there for years. Do you understand? And the man liked her. The woman, the woman happened to be her sister. But one night she was sleeping and the man came to her room. And the man raped her.
Wow.
She wanted to scream. The man closed her mouth.
Yeah, that's possible.
Do you understand? She was so scared. She didn't know
the man disvirgined her. She didn't know nothing about sex. Nobody educated her. No education, nothing about sex. She didn't know. She even said when she started doing her period, she did not know anything about period. So even her parents didn't tell her anything about menstruation. So she didn't know nothing about it. So the man penetrated and tell her not to tell anybody. She couldn't tell her sister because the sister was a very hot woman. The whole family would scatter. The husband's family, there will be problem. The woman's family, there will be trouble. She kept quiet. The second time, the man came and did the same to this girl. You know what happened? The girl got pregnant. The woman didn't know, the girl didn't know she got pregnant. She was getting sick. The man took her to the hospital. They have a family hospital. The man got to know that she's pregnant, but the lady didn't know.
She was pregnant.
The girl didn't know she was pregnant. The man took her to the hospital. He had already liaised with the doctor to abort it. So when the girl got there, they took her to a room. They told her to do things. She did it. She didn't know they were going to abort. It was when they started squeezing her and everything. She got to know that she was pregnant. They removed something from her. This woman, I think, maybe she only told 2 people in the whole wide world. She couldn't tell anybody. She didn't tell her parents. No brother, no sister, nobody. She kept it to herself. But thank God for God's love, for the grace of God, the way she was brought up in a Christian way. Do you understand? That really helped her to forget about it. She says she does remember. You understand? It's not that she doesn't remember. She's married, she has children, girls, boys, and all that. Thank God. But she's always thanking God that, God, I thank you. Because at that time, if they had damaged something in her,
That's it.
that would have been her end.
You know, thank you very much. The thing I want to ask is, a lot of people were saying online that what happened between Busola and Pastor Biodun was not rape. Do you think that wasn't rape?
I think it is. It is a rape.
It is definitely.
Because if you don't consent to any sexual activity, it's a rape.
Yeah.
Because the reason why people are saying that it wasn't a rape was because that she didn't mention about it. That, you know, a lot of people, I think people are just assuming online. We don't really know the real fact. Some said she got married at Pastor Biodun's church. But from what I saw online, she didn't get married in that church.
Okay.
She didn't get married in that church. And some said that it was the same pastor that named her children. So when you knew that this pastor once did this to you, why did you still continue to go to that church? Why didn't you disassociate yourself from this pastor? You get what I mean? That to the extent they said that she was accepting gift from this pastor, I don't know how true that is. We were not there. You know, when things like this happened, we hear a lot of hearsay from different people. We don't know what the truth is, but what people are saying is that she lied, that it wasn't a rape.
Well, to me, I think for her integrity and the position of her husband in the community, so I don't think she will make that up.
That's such a big lie to make up.
But also, I'm not sure about her still going to the church till she got to the time she got married, because again, people say a lot of things. So it's what she says that we need to believe. So, but again, there's possibility that she could still be going to the church, because sometimes, if your own uncle or your brother or somebody in the family, I've knew people that their father actually raped them,
and they still live together.
And they still live together with their father. So
thank you
one
very
of
much.
One of the things is I have been a victim of this, and I know what I'm saying. So, and what I just want to say here is, to me, sometimes is you just feel like you are being tied to that person. You feel this person have your secret, so, and if I don't comply to them, so they're going to use it to haunt me. So then you just want to comply, you just want to go with them. You know, like when you see young teenagers, and when they got
you just feel like you're tied to them
by a guy, they want to tie themselves, and the guy beating them and everything because they believe this guy have this virgin me, I want to marry him, and they will start molesting them. You see what I mean?
You know what people were saying is that she's gotten married to Timi Dakolo, that they should have stopped going to the church. They said that something happened in the church, and the Timi Dakolo was, I don't know the word to use. I think they said it was stopped from going to the church. So they said it was then Busola came up with a story. But on listening to Busola this morning, like I said, Timi Dakolo used to post a lot of, on his Instagram page about pastors that abuse a lot, that abuse young girls and every other thing, so that molest them. So while he used to post that a lot, a guy came on his page and said, oh, you're posting about pastors that molest girls. Have you asked your wife
if she was molested?
No. Have you asked your wife that was sleeping with the pastors? That was, I think this is what that triggered.
Are you sure the children are yours?
Are you sure the children are yours?
Wow.
So Busola said that she saw this and it triggered. It brings back the memory.
She actually said her sister called her.
Her sister called her that a lot is going online, and she went online and she saw the story. So this is what that triggered the things that happened in the past. And like what I say to people, say when it's time, it's time. A lot of people were saying that why is she coming out after 16 years?
She can only come out when she's confident and she thinks that she can talk about it.
Yeah.
There's no point talking about things that you are not fully prepared to talk about. So people need to understand that, because if I'm not fully ready to disclose things, then I won't disclose it, because that time I'm not matured enough to go through the process and handle the situation. So but that she can talk about it is our life. So when she feels she's confident, that is when she wants to talk about it, and people need to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because one thing that people need to also understand is, yes, it's pastor, wherever the pastor is involved, but also our life is involved, our integrity is being exposed to the whole world. Everything about her, like, why did she want to bring herself down so low if that didn't happen?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
When I first heard about it, without going to the internet to listen to what happened, I said, how old? She's 36 now. And she was real when she was 16. Why is she coming out now? Should have. Bygone is like now, because to me, I said, would that not destroy her marriage?
I said that.
Would that not destroy her as a person? What will people be saying about her? Would they not tag her or name her, or start insulting her? How would the children feel? I was like, she should have just kept quiet, just let it go. Do you understand? But when I went on the internet and I listened to it, and this morning we're listening to it, and I heard her saying that it was her sister that called her, and it wasn't that she was ready to come out because she's a shy person. She wasn't ready to come out and all that. It was her sister that actually called her and said, oh, can you see what is happening, or do you know what is happening? A lot is happening on the net and all that and all that. That was when she now decided to come out. She actually said when she was devastated, she was in the studio or something like that, and as she went to the toilet, she sat there for 20 minutes and said, okay, now I think I have to come out. I think I have to speak up now. So it wasn't actually her that actually started it. Something triggered it. So now she's coming out. So when I heard about that, I said, okay, I can't say why is she coming out now.
No.
So I am wrong for saying that. Do you understand? Maybe this is when God wants it to come out.
Yeah.
The appointed time.
And it is now. And again, one of the reasons it might be, this is still going on, and they need to hear our testimony so that people can start looking into it. Do you know how many children are still being molested? How many children are still going on through this? So it might be this is a time so that this come out. The campaign
in 2013, S.A. Walter also came out to talk about this same Pastor Biodun, that she was molested by this pastor. But the thing is, no one believed S.A. Walters in 2013. So, they called her names, this and that. So when Busola came out now, S.A. Walter also came out that, okay, now I told you then that don't worry, more it's going to reveal itself. And now, you said I was lying in 2013. Is Busola also lying? So for people to have, read about S.A. Walter's testimony, and some Nigerians still believe that Busola is lying, that it wasn't a rape. How could you say that wasn't a rape?
I think it's a rape.
There is no way. Busola was just 16. She just finished secondary school.
Apart from
There is no
age,
way the pastor. He doesn't.
Sorry, Josephine. Apart from the age, as an adult, you could be raped. Rape
Of
is
course.
just I don't
It's rape.
consent to it, and you just have to do it forcefully. So that is what it doesn't even matter whether somebody is 30 or what. The age does not matter. Even in couples,
I was about to say
even
that.
in marriages,
I was about to say that, actually.
husband do rape their wife because when you are not
that.
giving in and somebody is forcing you to do it.
That's
So, but I
right.
know Africa doesn't believe that, but it's true. That is the truth. So when they don't believe it, well,
So do you think Busola made a mistake of coming out now?
I don't think she did. I think this is the right time.
Whether she likes it or not, because it's in the open already, she has to come out.
Exactly.
Even if she doesn't come out now, the truth will eventually come out one day.
One day, because you cannot.
It may not be with
You can't-
Busola, but with other people.
And other people, yeah.
I think the reason why she came out is just for this pastor to stop. It's just for people to know what is going on. You know, we can't be lying under the name of God. It has to stop.
It has to stop.
You can't be calling the name of God and be destroying lives. These are young girls. These are the future of tomorrow.
Yes.
Like the lady I was telling you about, her marriage is destroyed simply because she was molested at a very young
Yeah.
age. So all these girls, this pastor are molested. What do you think is going to happen to them if they don't
It's
speak
not
up
just
now?
the pastors that people.
We have a lot of men that are doing it as well.
Isn't it? It's not just pastors.
It's not just pastors doing
Yes,
it.
I know the reason why they put this pastor thing on the air because as pastors they were made to protect.
To protect
They
them.
were made to die and
Yeah.
not to destroy.
It's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, it's happening. Unfortunately, it's happening because we shouldn't forget the fact that they're human beings as well. They're not God, they're not Jesus.
We know
But at
that.
the same time, because they have the word of God, they chew the word of God, they read the word of God, they should protect, they should counsel us. Not, them destroying. They're there to help us. They're there
Or they're
to
to protect.
to pray with us,
To
to
counsel.
encourage us, to
Yeah.
back us up, to encourage us, to push us, to motivate us to doing the right thing, not the wrong thing. But unfortunately, some of them are doing the wrong thing. So I think it's a way of God exposing
But I
them,
was
saying,
also told that the pastor's wife also came out and said it's a lie, the husband didn't do that. So I don't know, I've not heard that. So when I was discussing it with somebody this morning, my way coming, and the person said, actually the wife has come up and said it's just a
Yeah, she came out on Sunday to
So
talk
I've not
about
had
things.
it. So because personally I don't listen to things like that. So
if you
when
were,
said
God,
it to
God,
me,
God
so
forbid, it won't happen to you.
I
Jesus
don't
said,
listen.
if that happens, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. If that happens to, what will you do? Will you back your husband? Or will you say, yes, he did it?
I will back my husband.
You won't.
I will do it.
Seriously, I won't.
I will
Okay.
do it. My husband knows I won't do it.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, what I'm trying
If
to
we
get
have
at
to face
is,
the consequences, but I'm not
maybe
divorcing, I'm
if
not
the husband
leaving.
has not told her I didn't do it, if the husband because the man has not come out to say I did it, but if the husband said to the wife, my wife, I did not do it, will you go to the open and say my husband did it?
Oh yeah, that's afraid. That's
So
different.
obviously the man is saying to maybe
the
the man
wife,
is saying to
yeah.
the wife that
Makes sense.
I didn't do it. Honestly,
But
I
don't
did not
forget
do
the
it.
fact that Busola is not the only girl
Exactly.
that's come out.
But maybe now that others are coming out,
You know,
maybe the wife now.
recently on Instagram, the Lawyers Association, they said they have over 30 evidence against this pastor.
Wow.
You know, before we continue, let's just go on a quick break and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Meritable Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City. Meritable Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City.
Moses, Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from Meritable Nigeria Limited. Meritable? Yes, Meritable. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for Meritable, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit the site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double considerable savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is campy. EQS, I didn't lose money by not going to work. Merit Abode is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email info@meritabode.com. Their website is www.meritabode.com. Merit Abode Nigeria Limited is the developer for Emerald Garden City Estate Series. You can even pay by installments. Our locations are Shimawa, Ibejuleki, Arepo, Agbara, Ikorodu, Mowe Ofada, and Asheshe. Merit Abode, build my confidence and trust.
ó ti yá gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London o Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà o Heritage TV.
Ẹ̀yin aráàlú London, ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o? Gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé, ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London, ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà, ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà, bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké. Heritage TV ní bàbá o. Gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí, ìsìnkú àgbà, ìgbéyàwó, àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín, Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà. Ìlú London la wà, United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí. Ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ@heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560. Heritage TV, abalẹ̀tù ọmọdé làwó.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? Mama, I have to cook up for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama, Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged. But you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited you.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, Bobo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Welcome back and thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us this afternoon, we are talking about rape and why is it that many victims of rape don't talk out as soon as they would.
So before we went on break, you were actually saying, I think you were actually saying something about Bukola that she has a lot to lose if the story is not true. But I think the story is true because she has a lot to lose if she's lying.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's lying.
And she doesn't have there's no reason for her to come out and lie.
I hear.
Yeah.
I think there's no reason for her to come out and lie because what will she gain from that?
True.
What will she gain from that?
She has a lot to lose. Her home, her marriage, and their family are doing okay.
The children.
Even our children. So I
Nigerians fight for them the way they're doing with Busola, which is why I said I don't know if I should call them hypocrites, because don't forget the fact that these are girls as well. It doesn't matter where they come from, it doesn't matter the status, but I wished that they have fought for these girls. They were. I didn't say anything about them as well, to be honest. So I'm guilty for that as well. I didn't say anything about them. I read about it and I just took my eyes away, which I felt like I shouldn't have done that in the first place. Because at the end of the day, they were more than Busola. There are 3 or 4 girls that were being raped in police custody. And don't forget the fact that they said police are a friend, they are meant to protect. And if our girls are being raped in police custody,
That's terrible. It's a very terrible.
Because I didn't even see it on all the celebrities' page. A lot of them, they even put it up their page. Because so are they different from the source?
Again,
do they
get them involved?
That's the first thing they look at. That they are allos. It means they are. What took them there?
Does that matter?
You understand? But when you look at it, it doesn't matter. They're human. Do you understand? And everything. This needs to be dealt with as well, because it will continue. And don't forget that police, for goodness sake, are the ones that raped them. It's terrible. It's a very terrible thing. They are meant to protect them. They are meant to even let me use the word, scorn them.
They were raped in the police custody.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, in the police custody. They were raped there overnight.
And because they won't say that because of their status, but because Dakolo and is a celebrity. Yeah, he's a celebrity. So people want to hear about celebrity. They want to know what is going on about them and all that. Don't forget, our country, we're not fair. And we have nothing like equality. No. There's nothing called equality. Gender. There's nothing like that. They don't treat people, equally. So there's nothing like that.
We do need one strong voice in Nigeria, to be honest.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether you're son of a rich man or not.
Or poor, or you're Muslim, or a Christian, or you are a whatever. For goodness sake, we're human beings.
Again, does this lady as well, it might depend on them as well. They might not want it to go down. So they have, you see what I mean? Because sometimes some people disclose things, but they don't actually want to proceed with it. They just want to withdraw. Do you see what I mean? So they might not want to face the consequences of the story going all over the head.
They don't want people to see their
faces. They don't want people to see their faces. They don't want people to know about it.
And another question I want to ask, do you think that the way our girls dress, do you think it matters? Because someone was saying that, you don't want to be raped, yet you're wearing a bum short, yet you're wearing a short skirt, you're wearing a short dress. Does the way the dress matters?
To me, I think yes, it does matter, but what can we do? Because that is the trending thing in the community. So, and also you don't want to exclude them from among their peers. So, but what we only need to do is continue to give our children information to let them know if you are dressing this way, you are possibly putting yourself at risk of rape, because you make it easier for anybody to rape you. So there is not much we can do, but the dressing to me is one of the major things, because when you dress in a way that you make yourself sexually attractive to people, then they will attempt to want to penetrate you. And also young girls nowadays, it's very difficult for you to convince them, because they just think they want to be attractive. But again, being attractive and bringing out all your dignity for everybody to see, even the person that is not your husband. So I'm not really an advocate for that. I don't actually
agree with that, right? Do you agree with that?
Not totally.
Not totally.
In the sense that regardless of how you dress, some
free
men
up your son.
are crazy up here.
Yeah,
that's true.
Regardless, even if you wear a native Yoruba, they will still come after you.
If they want to come after you, they'll come after you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'll tell you a story. Don't say I'm a storyteller. I went to a place in Nigeria. I was wearing agbada. You know agbada, like?
Yeah.
And do you know that? And it was in the night. And somebody told somebody, where I went to, there were people there. And this person now told that person, can't you see the statue? She has, this, she's like, I like her, I think I'm interested in her, and all that, and all that. And I asked the other person, I said, how did he see my physique in that agbada? He said, he's a man. Men, we can look. I said, look at that. So it does not matter what you wear. Some men, when that spirit
comes on them,
comes on them, even if you're wearing rag, they can sleep with a man person.
Even pregnant.
Do you understand? Even pregnant women, It does
a
not
man that
matter
can
to
sleep
them.
with a goat. So what do you expect?
Exactly.
Do you hear about the case of 4 men that can rape a dog in India?
Imagine.
Really? 4 men, they can rape the dog and now the dog died.
Imagine that. That's crazy.
It's crazy one.
So if they can rape a dog,
yeah.
And if they can rape a sheep or a
so there's
goat,
a spirit behind it. To be honest with you,
yeah, I do.
There's a spirit behind it.
I do agree to that.
There's a spirit behind it, and I will agree to an extent with you that the way our girls dress as well sometimes is horrible.
But even with that, we have men that don't do such.
Yeah.
Imagine, let me tell you, okay, somebody with that spirit now sees a girl. This is a man that can sleep with anybody. Now sees somebody advertising yourself. What do you think that man would do?
I know. Even there was a message I saw on WhatsApp. I think few months or few weeks ago, a 25 years old guy that raped the mom.
Jesus Christ.
So you see, so a lot of, like you said, is a spirit behind it. It might not necessarily mean because the way you dress or something. I remember then in Nigeria when you're on the motorbike and you sit in front, a man sits, you see them like it's it's just to me, like you said, it's a spirit behind it, and then they can't control it.
They can't control it.
Yeah, so it might be that as well.
Yeah, there's a spirit behind it. And some of them have been doing it, like we said earlier on, that we need to teach our children, from very young, because the Bible even says, train your children the way they should go. And when they grow up, they will not depart from it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's because of the training. I pray that we parents will stand up to teach our children how to dress, how to talk in the public, how to behave and things like that. Some girls, the thing they say with their mouth alone will make a man to come and sleep with them. The rough talk. Maybe they are innocent inside.
Sorry, Timmy, but in Busala case, I think then,
we're just talking generally.
I'm not saying that then, like I'm agreeing with you on the note that it could potentially be that there is a spirit that push them into it.
Definitely.
Because in that time then, I don't think people dress loosely the way our girls dress now. You see what I mean? And also, in those days then, I also think that young girls then, there is fear of God. It might not be God, but there's just one fear, that you can't do ABC. So I just think, like you said, majority of it would be that demon, that spirit saying to them, well, look at this girl,
look at the statue, look at
the question that people were asking most online was, okay, when the pastor came in the morning, you were in your night dress, you came from upstairs to open the door. How the pastor knows that it was you that was coming down to open the door? And did the pastor just see your night dress and all of a sudden he had direction?
But one thing is, the pastor is somebody that is trying his efforts to get what he wants.
He knows the situation.
So, and like I said earlier on, he knows the environment. He's familiar with the environment. So if it wasn't her, then the pastor might just have said, "Oh, I'm walking past. I just said I should say hello to the
But she said that was 7 a.m. in the morning. So what was the pastor doing in the morning?
Yeah, but you might want to come and give them a message from God.
At 7 a.m. in the morning.
Of course, God can ask you to go to people's house to give a message, isn't it? The grace have sent him there.
No pastor should visit my daughter 7 a.m. in the morning.
But he's not coming to tell the family he's there to visit their daughter. And he also aware that the parents are not there. So he might be coming to give a message. And the other thing is that, to me, it's more of us also looking into lesson that could be learned here. To me now, one of the icebreaker is for me to always say to my daughter, if somebody knock on the door and it's a guy and you're having your nightwear, please can you peep through the window before you open any door? So can you go and change your trouser, your jeans? You understand? I remember I have an engineer coming to do some work in my house, and I have to go for a meeting at work. So then it's only my daughter, because she just finished her so she's at home. Then I was like, oh, I can't leave just my daughter with this European guy coming. So I have to call somebody in my church to come and stay over with her. So that, you know, so it's about having that, it's about having that awareness. I was like, what if? You understand? I can't expose my daughter to that risk. So Busola as well was exposed to that risk because of trust. So we need to also let our children understand that yes, there is to extent which you can trust people. So you can't just trust people totally like that. So and where I agree with you saying that we should let our children know that we have pastors, but again, God is above pastor. So whatever pastor is asking you to do, you have to examine it. Even the Bible says that we should examine ourselves if we are still in faith. So because a pastor has said that God said to me as a married man that I should touch my breast, as you hear, because Holy Spirit have said. So where is the biblical evidence to that? So again, it's us bringing that. Like yesterday, jokingly, we had a Bible study in our church, and we are studying the book of Revelation. So and we are on chapter 2, which is talking about the letters to the different churches. So and we were where God was saying that they allowed Jezebel, the prophetess, to come and be saying things that's against God. And then my husband then asked a question that, okay, if for example, if my wife coming to the church and said to the old women, on Sunday when you are coming to church, don't wear pants to church. So, and then don't wear bras, so everything keep on, you know, because you are going to dance. And so, would you do that? You understand what I mean? So some people say, well, I might because it's Pastor Mason. So I say, I won't do it. So again, so clearly, we said to them, you don't have to do it. You have to look whether this is aligned to the Bible. And why would they be asking me to do that? What spiritual thing am I going to get from that? I've had a lot of people, because they are looking for children, Pastor will sleep with them and say to them that Holy Spirit said you should sleep with them for them to have children. And because they are desperate. So people take advantage. So to me, the major lesson here is we need to start training our children, providing them with information,
awareness like
we're doing. So more campaign. I don't know if possible Nigeria government to change that bit of saying 11 years is the consent age. I think that is totally wrong, because from doing psychology, that is the time you should be training your children. So
that means
they don't even understand
their parents, I want to move out of the house.
Of course, that is what consent means.
you know, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And before saying rape talk is a very broad one that we can't even finish in one day. And before I round up today, I would just like you to chip in one or two words for my viewers and to people that are there, and to other girls that have been a victim and are yet to voice out.
Okay, for our parents out there, I would ask you and I would beg you to please see to what your children are doing. Don't ignore your children, boy or girl. They need your help. They need your assistance. They need you to encourage them. They need you to correct them. Don't let them, if you don't teach them at home, the world will teach your children. And you don't want that to happen to your children, because when the world teach them, they lead them astray. They won't teach them right. You don't want the gangs to teach them. So train your own children, teach your own children, let them know the right thing at the right time. And for our young ones who has been a victim of rape, please, 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 let me first of all say this. For our young ones, please try to dress right. And don't see pastors as your God. They are not God. They are just our pastors. And your dressing should not be provocative. Even it's in the Bible. Dress moderately. Modestly? Yes. Be modest with your dressing. Don't expose yourself. Because one of our pastors will say, not every man in suit are suitable. Not every day, not all of them are suitable. They might be in suit, they might be in jacket, they might be cool and everything, but you don't know what is in their heart. You don't really know them. So be calm, be cool with your dressing, dress well. And if you have been a victim before, please, 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 try and come out. Tell your parent, let it be dealt with at the right time. Don't leave it until whenever. That will not affect your life, your future, your career, your glory, your children, your husband, and that devastate you in any way, in any shape, please come out and tell your parent what has happened to you so you can pray about it. And I just pray that God will help us all.
Amen. I'm going to come to you, just to chip in.
To the parents, I will encourage us to get closer to our children, to try to know them more better, and also to encourage them to speak to us and listen. So as parents, we need to do more listening to them because they have more information. They have a lot of things they want to talk to us about. We need to be mindful of our body language because sometimes it puts our children off. They don't want to talk to us. We need to encourage our children to speak out. We need to let them know if they speak out, we are going to be there for them. We are going to support them. We are not going to make them to be the victim. So we always need to encourage them to come closer. And to the young girls there, I'm just saying, please don't hang out with strangers, people that you are not sure, people that you don't trust. You shouldn't be hanging out with them because it could potentially put you at risk. And if anything is going around, please speak out. Don't hide it. Even if you are a victim of rape, it's not just you in it. A lot of people have been through it. They have come out, they have experience, they can support you. Please feel free to talk to somebody. You keeping it to yourself is not going to help. It's going to cause you more damage in life. So, and I pray that God will protect us all. As parents, God will give us the strength to teach our children right. I pray that all our children will continue to be our friends. They will not be our enemy. And no power will turn them against us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. And just for me to round everything up, let me first say thank you for coming today. I appreciate it all. And I want everyone to know out there that rape is rape. There is no any other word we can use to describe it. Whether they give consent to it or not, in as much as you force yourself on this person, it is called rape. And it takes another victim of rape to understand another victim. Most people are bashing Busola, not only Busola, and other girls that didn't come out enough. I was once a victim, which is why I wrote on my page that I stand with Busola. I understand the reason why she didn't come out in time. It takes time for a rape victim to process, to acknowledge that that's happened to them. And the reason why people don't voice out is this. It's because they know that once they voice out, they will be tagged. And not that they will be tagged for a short time. They will be tagged for a very long time. And this is the modern world where we have bloggers that they will pick your story. They will broadcast it everywhere. This is the reason why a lot of women are dying silently, because we don't support one another. We don't encourage one another. It is okay if the men don't understand it, because anyway, they are the one that did it. But as a woman, it's sad and it's annoying when you see women bashing up women. The moment, I know a lot of women can use it as an excuse to get money, all the things. But in Busola's case, she doesn't want anything from anybody. And not to talk of accusing a man of God. And a lot of families have also destroyed their daughters from not talking. And these are the things we need to look into. These are the things we need to talk about. Rape is rape. There's no word for it. And this is the time it has to stop. Let's put all the civilians aside. But now we're talking about pastors. We know there are a lot of civilians that do this as well. But we're talking about pastors. These are the children that God has put into your care to look after them, to protect them, and you are the one molesting them. I read something online recently about an imam who got married to a young girl of 12 years old. This girl died while giving birth. She didn't survive, the baby did not survive. So are you going to come out and tell me that that wasn't rape? Are you going to come out and tell me that this girl gave her consent at the age of 12? And Nigeria as a country, we need help.
We do.
We do need help.
We do need help.
Seriously, Nigeria has got the lowest age consent, which is 11. How could it be Nigeria? This is our country where a lot is going on at the moment. We've got the Boko Haram, we've got kidnapping, we've got people, we've got all this, we've got a lot of things going on, and yet rape too has joined. We have older men marrying people at the age of 10, 12, 13 because of this consent age. Where are the education boards in Nigeria? Serious, I need to know what they are doing.
Surely need help.
Where are the education boards? These people need to be orientated. These people need to be taught. They need lesson. They need lesson. You can just imagine if Nigeria could have the lowest age consent, 11. That means our children are not safe. Our children are not safe. The Philippines, they're 12. Angola 13, Japan 13, Burkina Faso 13. America is even 14.
The UK 16.
UK is 16. So Nigeria, my country, why is our consent age 11? And I believe the people that sat together and gave this consent age 11, I believe you're not going to give your daughter out at the age of 11. And all these perpetrators that assault, that molest other children, I believe they won't give their daughters out at the age of 11.
Yes.
So why are we doing this to one another? Why? And the way that all these celebrities have supported Busola, I want you to use your platform to support all the girls as well. We can't just be supporting Busola alone because Busola is the wife of the celebrity. Status does not matter when it comes to life. We are one. And we need one strong voice in Nigeria. You know, without one strong voice, we cannot achieve anything.
No.
We need to come together as one. Our girls are dying. Our sons are dying. We've got aunties abusing their sons. We've got, look at the way people abuse their domestic workers as well. They sleep with their domestic workers. Something needs to be done. Imagine policemen sleeping with girls in their custody. Then where is the law in Nigeria? We've got corrupt politicians, corrupt leaders, corrupt civilians, corrupt pastors, kidnapping, armed robbery. You get what I mean?
No, it's too much.
We see mothers selling their children for money. You can imagine someone gave a 12-year-old daughter to an imam. Why?
Money.
Is it lack of exposure? Is it lack of education? These are the things we need to look into. Nigeria needs a better one voice. Nigeria needs help. And please, if you're still out there, and you're still in the act of raping girls out there, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. This is not good. I need you to stop. And girls, please, do not go to where you're not supposed to go. I'm not going to blame any girl for them being raped because they didn't call for it, irrespective of the way they are dressed. I'm not going to support that. But I need you to go to where you're supposed to go. And don't go to where you're not supposed to go to. And now, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope we've been able to impact one or two lives, and I hope a lot of people will learn one or two things from today's topic. I will see you same time next week. Thank you for joining us today. Bye for now.
Meritable Nigeria Limited, Emerald Garden City. Meritable Nigeria Limited, Emerald Garden City.
Moses, Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from HeritageTV Nigeria Limited. HeritageTV? Yes, HeritageTV. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for HeritageTV, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit the site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is campy. EQS. I didn't lose money by not going to work. HeritageTV is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email info@meritaboard.com. Their website is www.meritaboard.com. HeritageTV Nigeria Limited is the developer for Emerald Garden City Estate Series. You can even pay by installments. Our locations are Shimawa, Ibejuleki, Arepo, Agbara, Ikorodu, Mowe Ofada, and Asheshi. HeritageTV, build my confidence and trust.
Ó ti yá gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà Heritage.
Ẹ̀yin aráàlú London, ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o? Gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé, ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London, ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà, ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà, bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké. Heritage TV ní bàbá o. Gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí, ìsìnkú àgbà, ìgbéyàwó, àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín, Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà. Ìlú London la wà, United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí. Ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ@heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560. Heritage TV, àbálẹ̀tù ọmọdé la wó.
My daughter-in-law, so how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No? It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law, it's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law, everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited you.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, Grandmasters of Data.